why are the Red Hot Chili Peppers fans so sensitive? You and I have both done videos.
Yes, we have.
And then the videos that we do on them receive a lot of critique from RHCP fans. I mean, my issue with Red Hot Chili Peppers is that I get nothing from John Frusciante's guitar playing. And I feel like if we can call Mark Knopfler an underrated player, I would describe John Frusciante as an overrated player. And in fact, I have done that more than once, and they want to fucking kill me. I don't know I'm not allowed to have that opinion somehow. And it's always like, oh, you're jealous because he sold more records than you have. It's like, well, Mark Knopfler has sold a lot more records than me, and I'm not jealous of him. I love his guitar playing. So that argument doesn't really hold any water, but they're just dismissing my opinion, which of course, that's my calling card. That's actually why we're here, isn't it? To sort of share these, insights and opinions. And I'm not allowed that one. And I don't know how you feel about it. Are you allowed that one? Do you like John Frusciante's playing, or do you find it to be completely devoid of any expression?
Well, the shit that we took for our videos, you went at Frusciante. I mean, you poked the bear. That's the like.
I'll keep poking
I took a mild. I took a medium. Like I jabbed him a couple of times. I gave him some stiff jabs. You came in with the uppercut, and I get it. I totally get it, and I do think that he's overrated. We're aligned on that, but I do also think that in that band, he is not. If I was ranking them, here's what I'll say.
Not the worst. He's the second from worst, though.
Well, Kiedis, I mean, Tony Kiedis, right? But like the point that I made in my video is that like the only thing that sometimes makes me, the only thing like in my Danny California point was just like, it's all a ripoff. It's all bullshit for the most part, that song. The only thing that makes it sound like the Red Hot Chili Peppers in that song to me is Tony Kiedis, because he's talking about states. To California. So it's just kind of like, yeah, that's Tony Kiedis. But I mean, I feel like for Frusciante, I don't know why he is so revered. I feel like whoever's listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers only listens to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I think that's the vibe I get too. And I mean, I feel like,
but I think his tone is good, though. I do think his tone is good.
Tone is, you know what? I've said a lot of positive things about his tone, and I've also said that I admire his guitar collection, which I think people took that as a diss somehow. But you gotta say it. I mean, I'm not a fan of a very, very popular guitar player who has his own, which I think is a guitar that, in fact, no rock and roller should ever play. I always think that.
Will you say that again? Just so maybe I could clip a soundbite here for a video that I might be working on.
I feel like there is a very, 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 very popular guitar player who you and I probably would recognize some Knopfler influence in a lot of the choices that they make. But they do so on a on a type of guitar which I personally don't think any good rock and roller has ever been played on, because no rock and roller would ever play that guitar. The reason being, it's too polite, it's too easy, it's just the dynamics, and there's no friction between the meat part and the wood part. It's all just like so beautifully luthiered that you can just, it's like playing butter. And I don't want to pay good money to go and see somebody playing butter. I want to see somebody struggling with a Paul. I want fighting the feedback from a Marshall. I want that. I want the eternal historic battle, man versus strings, in front of something really, really loud. I don't want to hear amps underneath the stage or amp simulators. I want to hear noise, feedback, struggle, and tone. So the one thing that I did say about Frusciante that I admired was the tone and his sort of choice of those old Strats.
Yeah, his old Strats are great.
Yeah. So I liked his guitars and I like his tone, but I just think when he plays, he doesn't give me any of the.
There's no vibrato.
It's like
I can't hear it, but I know what you're talking about.
Like this.
I see you wiggling.
He goes like this.
Yeah, there's amazing moments. I mean, sometimes like if you take a song like one of the California songs, Californication, there's like the dinkiest solo in that song ever.
That is the worst guitar solo.
It makes and it makes me think like, wait a second, is this so far out it's in? Like, I honestly have that question when it comes to him sometimes.
Well, I have heard, like somebody said to me, it's deliberately minimalist. Yeah, I mean, or like maybe it's that thing when like you become a super accomplished painter and then you just do some naive child like daubings and then that's your phase, you know. And I think that might have been one of the things that he was exploring. But it doesn't stop it from being shit.
I mean, I think I agree, but at the same time, I'm like thinking, okay, what do you have to, you know, if I can't believe I'm about to say this, but you serve the song. Like, did it serve the song?
Yeah, of course it did. Mean, that's a shitty song. That is a bad song.
Right. So it's
with a terrible
like
guitar solo. What more do you want, you know?
So it's a sandwich with like, you know, fries next to it or something like that.
But having said that, I love the drummer. I just think he's brilliant.
Big cat. Yeah, Chad Smith.
He's amazing.
I think, and I love Flea. I'm going to say that I love Flea.
This is what I always used to say, that it's an upside down band in terms of like the virtuosity of the instrumentation. It's like the rhythm section is way better than what's happening in the mid to higher frequencies. Do you know what I mean?
Here's what I got on Frusciante. God damn it, I can't believe you're bringing us back into this thing. I'm going to take more fire. But I feel like his tone is good, his guitars are good.
Yeah.
Those things and
great
what he
collection.
likes.
He's a great collector and curator of fine instruments, yeah.
And what he likes is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he loves Funkadelic. He loves Jimi Hendrix. He loves, you know, what he loves is good.
Which really sets him apart among the Strat players.
How many fucking times are we going to hear that? Like, anyway, I feel like, so anyway, that said, you know, he does those like dinky sounding kind of like, right? But when he's doing his solos, he does like a fast pentatonic lick that is always kind of the same lick that he does like with the wah-wah-ish kind of thing. And they do these long jams before they start and they don't always deliver and they don't always go anywhere. And then they don't get into the song right when they should, when they do the jams. That said, I take my if I'm talking about John, give me Frusciante over Mayer, and I said it. But who said John Mayer? Did anybody say that?
Oh no, nobody's mentioned John Mayer at all. I don't think so far.
Nobody said that. Nobody said anything about him.
But I don't know. I think I would take Mayer. I take Mayer.
I mean, probably. I just don't want him going.
I mean, I think anybody that can do the blues the way nature intended. And you can't argue with Mayer's blues licks. He's got all of them.
He does have all of them, but it goes, I'm just going to refer back to that wonderful monologue that you went on before about a certain guitar and a certain rock and roller and a certain all of that stuff. I'm just going to refer to that. And thank you for helping me finish my video that I'm working on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I'm definitely going to put that in there.
Least
so I appreciate that.
All right, so here we go. What is the biggest overarching theme that contributes to what makes a song stink? Okay.